Hi everyone, since holiday season is upon us, I wanted to show everyone a quick and easy way to make these beautiful Christmas trees, pine trees, evergreen trees. Today I'm going to be using my round 2 brush. This one's by Princeton Heritage, and this color here is a mix of Windsor Newton sepia with some neutral tint. Neutral tint just kind of deepens and darkens up that whatever color you mix it with. Here I've created a few lines with my watercolor pencil so that they wash away whenever the watercolor hits it, but these are so dark you wouldn't see it anyway, so you can use a regular pencil. So you just start with making your line, try and do it as straight as possible. Sometimes it's easy to make it wonky. So I like to start with no branches at the top, just leave a little space, and at the top you want to definitely do just dots and really minimal line work. And then I just come in and make this zigzag pattern, relatively the same width, all the way down, stopping for the trunk. And sometimes down here I will kind of give it a bottom that helps me to determine the size of the tree. So sometimes this gets bigger, sometimes it stays the same, but from here then what we do is fill it in. So now we're coming in and doing all of the detail of this, and we have our general shape, and you want to go in a downward motion, which is pretty characteristic of these trees. And so now you have all of this in the middle, and you're just filling in these detail basically. I'm just dabbing kind of lightly, almost like a stippling, but with a little more direction. And there you have it. So I come in with our next one, and this one wound up being a little bigger, so I'm actually going to move my line over just a tad. And if your line is broken in the middle, no big deal, because it's just going to get filled up. And again, we're going to do our little dots, and then we'll go into our zigzag back and forth, just Z's. And then a little bit longer at the bottom. And then you start not exactly at the top because you want to keep that sparseness there. And just bring it down. And another tip for these trees that is pretty important is that they take way more paint than you anticipate. So you want to mix up a good amount of paint for yourself to have on hand. A lighter touch the better, because you can always come in and add more detail or bulk. So just come in now and add your downward motion trees. All right, then we move to this big one, which these can be pretty intimidating, but when you do the zigzag motion, it makes it a lot easier to control the ultimate size and the width of them. So again, I'm going to scoot this one over a bit so I have some room, but I do kind of like them touching that way. I like them kind of blending into each other, so I'm not going to move it over too much. See how crooked that one is, but that's okay, because number one, trees grow like that, and number two, it's just gonna get covered up. So okay, so at the top we're gonna do our little just dabbings, then we'll go into our zigzags, leaving them relatively the same width to and fro. Just start to fill it in a little bit. And if you wanted, you could do this next detail layer, you can do it all the same width as well. It's easier to add more to it than it is to take away. So it's good just to kind of start sparse and watch it turn into something great. I think that looks good just as it is, but I'm going to create more of the bell shape, triangle shape. So I'm definitely going to get it a little bit further down here, kind of blending into this other one here. I like that. And this is also a good technique if you're using different shades of colors. It's really pretty to do a light wash of green, and then as you build up these layers to do different colors of different shades of green, different colors of green, and it helps to give it more dimension and just a little bit more visual interest too. Do a little bit up here. Yeah, and then you're just able to create the shape that you're looking for. Pretty easy. So it doesn't look too crooked. My stem was pretty crooked when I put it in, but I've adjusted it well, so you can't really notice. But all right, so there is our quick and easy example of how to create these beautiful holiday Christmas trees, evergreens. And if you're interested in learning how to make this card in its entirety, then you can click below. Thank you everyone for joining me. See you next time.